I'm not going to record a video on Tuesday. I'm not going to record a video on Tuesday. I'm not going to record a video on Tuesday. But guess what? It's Tuesday, and here we are. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge you to do something that you would not normally do. Or the moment that you have the idea pop into your head, into your consciousness, into your echo chamber, the mind automatically jumps in and goes, no, we don't do that. No, you don't want to do that. Or even better, why don't you do that later on? This is more important right now. Because one of the things that I've learned with manifestation is in order to be a powerful manifester, in order to have quick results and amazing return on investment of your attention and intention, you have to be the one in charge. And if you're making a decision as the operant power, and then the peanut gallery, the itty bitty critical committee starts coming in your echo chamber, in your mind, then you're not. You're being led by the script instead of writing the script. So, my rebel manifesting friend, I'm going to teach you today how to be a manifesting rebel, how to defy your own mind, your own programming by bungee jumping every day, at least once a day. So, are you ready? Are you ready to buckle up? I always tell you it's going to be an amazing manifesting ride. My name is Didi Povernick, and I am the Invincible CEO. I am the last, most exciting, fun manifesting coach you've never needed. But yet, once again, here we are. But I'm going to let you know a little bit more about me. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm a rebel. And I want you to be a rebel. And better yet, I'm going to put this little thing up here. I'm the bridge jumping friend that your mother warned you about when you were a kid. You know the one. Remember when you were telling your mom about so-and-so got to do this, and your mom would say to you, yeah, but if they jumped off a bridge, would you follow them? Would you jump off a bridge with them? Like was that a challenge? I'm your bridge jumping friend, and I'm always jumping off the bridge. I'm always bungee jumping. That's why I get the results that I do, because I realize that I'm the one in charge, and so are you. I realized that the real me is the observer. The real me, the operant power, is the observer who does not speak, but understands what's spoken to and understands what I'm seeing, I'm hearing, I'm feeling, I'm knowing, I'm touching, and I'm smelling. So when you start to bring that power back into you, the center dot, you are the ground zero. You are the 0 point of all manifestation. And there's only two things going on. Either one, you've created a script that you love so much that you want to be led by the script, because being led by the script is not necessarily a negative thing. If it's a script that you want, let it lead you, right? You're here for the experience. You're here for the observing and experiencing simultaneously. You don't even have to think. Your body will move you. You will be compulsed to move. Today, I'm like, okay, Tuesdays are my behind the scene day. It's my client day. I don't record videos on Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and yet here we are. And while I was getting things set up, because I was compulsed to move, the mind was coming in during the setup saying, but you have this to do. And oh, look, it's so nice outside. It's finally warm weather. Go for that walk. Like, it was giving me all the options of the normal script. That's all it's ever doing, is giving me the options. I call that the gatekeeper. We're going to really go into this today, understanding what's going on. So what it means to be the operant power, what it means to be the rebel in your own life, in your own consciousness, because all scripts are done. And all we're ever doing when we're shifting realities is we're moving from script to script to script. And when you understand that when you wake up in the morning, there's an autopilot script. There's a template. The physical reality is a template. And there's an autopilot script that, based on, okay, it's Tuesday. Here's when you wake up, whether you wake up with an alarm or you do it naturally, because you can program yourself to wake up naturally. And if you don't wake up naturally, you can program other things in your room other than your clock or your phone to be your alarm. You can have the dogs come in. You can have your partner come in. Somehow, some way, you will not be allowed to go past what it is that you've commanded into being. That's the really cool part. So if you don't like waking up with an alarm, you can program yourself not to, but still wake up even earlier than what the alarm would do for you, right? That's the fun thing about this. This is why I come here over and over and so passionate about the videos that I do. So I'm your bridge jumping friend. I'm the friend. If you take me to the amusement park, we're going on the wildest and craziest rides that are there, because why else are we there? We're not there to look at the amusements going, well, that looks really scary. I'm not going to do that today. That would be ridiculous. Why are you even there? Then go to the movies, go bowling. Don't go to the amusement park. It's there for you to challenge yourself, because the question that I always ask you is, are you safe in your own imagination? Can you give yourself anything you want? Yes, you can. And you don't, if you're hungry, you don't have to go in your imagination, go to work to make money, then go food shopping, then come home and prepare it. If you're hungry, you make a pizza appear right in front of you in your imagination. So my friends, it's time to bungee jump. It's time to understand what's really going on. And I'm going to break this down for you. And then I'm going to give you a challenge at the end. If you're new here, I would love for you to give us a high five if you're already enjoying the energy and excitement of this video, because this is how I am. This is how I am most of the time. If you wonder what it's like to be my friend, you already are. And here we are together. And so let's high five each other. Give this video a like. Subscribing to the video is like giving a big hug. Like, let's hug each other. Oh, there we go. So here, while you're here, I want you to get nice and comfortable, right? Because the energy is all riled up. And I don't even drink coffee. Go figure. Right? You don't need coffee to get you riled up. All you got to do is say, I need to be riled up. And guess what happens? Like you could do it with these little things when you start to use the little manifestations, right? So if you feel really, really sluggish, you can enjoy that script of feeling sluggish. Or you can go, you know what? I need a burst of energy. And then program it in and boom, it happens. Instant manifestation. So I know when we talk about manifestation, you want those bigger things. You want the car, you want the house, you want the partners, you want the money, you want the opportunities. Get that. But doing it with little bungee jumps along the way too help a whole lot, because you are programming yourself. It's only you and you. So let's break things down a little bit here. So number one, either you're the operant power or you're not. I get asked often, why did I call the YouTube channel The Invincible CEO if it's about manifesting? And the Invincible CEO, it's CEO of a company, right? Because I'm a CEO of my company. I'm the chief executive officer, but I'm also the chief energetic officer. And you can be a personal CEO of your life, or you can be a business CEO, or you can be both, right? You don't have to be either or. But once you start to realize you're the chief energetic officer of your life, and that this is all about you and you, there are no other people. There are no other people. You give them all the script. So when you decide you're the operant power, and as a CEO of my business, right, I have employees, I have contractors, I have to know what it is that I want. I have to know not only the bigger, broader vision of my company, but also as the company's growing and I delegate more and more of my responsibilities, I still have to know what they are in order to delegate them. I have to be very clear what my vision is. And then when I'm clear, I'm able to communicate to those people that I'm interacting with, whether it's a client, whether it's an employee, a subcontractor, someone that's just here visiting on the channel. Once you're clear and you know what it is that you want, then you stop accepting the reality where it's not there. It's allowed to be. And I always call that going from the, T-H-E, the, to right? Instead of saying this is the reality, it is a reality. And if you're in a reality or a script that you don't like, then you make a different choice. You be a rebel. But I also want to let you know that it's time to ignore your mind's gatekeepers. What do I mean by that? Well, there are gatekeepers everywhere, and gatekeepers are necessary. They're not these bad individuals or ideas or whatever we want to call them, right? Whether it's a person, place, thing, thought, whatever, echo, they're not bad, they're not wrong, but they protect the reality that they are a part of. So think of gatekeepers like this. If an accountant is a gatekeeper, an accountant is the gatekeeper to accounting, to getting your taxes done, to tax strategies, to helping you invest and understand how to grow your money. So when you think about an accountant as someone who helps you grow and expand, you think about teachers. Teachers are the gatekeepers to the learning, right? So when you're in a certain classroom, that teacher has guidelines, rules. They already have the bigger picture for the day of how the students are going to be led through their learning journey. And they are the ones that keep the attention and the focus, just like I'm doing right here, right now, right? Here's the attention and focus. Here's the message that we're delivering. And we want to make sure that you understand it. So the best way for me to understand that you're understanding, why not throw some comments in there? Wait, how about we do it this way? You're not going to want to comment. Don't comment. Please don't comment. Don't comment at all. Don't comment. Stop typing. Stop. Do not. See what I did there, right? So here's a bungee jump, a little mini bungee jump. If you're not normally a commenter, then why not put a comment down, right? Let us know that you're here. And that's what these little defiant acts, you're going to become very defiant in when you make a choice, when I make a choice to grow my YouTube channel, to grow my business, to expand my business. Do I know what that means? Yes, I'll be doing some videos. Yes, I'll be doing some trainings. Yes, I'll be doing some one-day events. Yes, I'll be doing some courses, right? I'll be doing speaking events. I'll be doing live events. There's so many different ways that I can do things. And I have a little schedule that I do where certain days they're dedicated. Here's a dedicated day for videos. Here's a dedicated day for behind the scene work. Here's the dedicated time each day for interacting with clients. And though every once in a while, all of a sudden this strong urge starts to come up, and I know what it feels like to be that rebel, right? And we did it a lot when we were kids. We almost defied whatever, a parent or an adult told you. You almost wanted to automatically go into the opposite. What? I can't stay up past 11 o'clock. Well, I'll show you, and I'll stay up all night in my bedroom. We want to tap into that rebel spirit that you once had because it's been conditioned out of you. And now you don't need laws. You don't need police officers. You don't need the justice system. You are your own warden. You are your own gatekeeper to yourself based on echoes of old realities and people who aren't even here yet. I have a funny story about gatekeepers, and this is a true story. And I'm always sharing my stories because as much as I'm adept at manifesting, I'm human, and occasionally the script gets me, it locks me in, and it's almost funny after the fact, the bridge of incidents, the hindsight, understanding and awareness that you get. So that's why you got to be laughing at yourself all the time. If you're taking yourself seriously, if you're taking life seriously, my friends, manifestation is going to be difficult for you because manifestation is easy and fun. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I do have a free manifestation course. Everything that I refer you to during the course of the video, it's in the description box below, because everything I do here, I want to see you win. Wait. I want to see you win. I want to see you win big, and I want to see you win all the time. I'm playing with my new toys here. I forgot that I had them, and now that they're here, but that truly is it, because I win all the time. I win big, and I win all the time. And it can be a downer to people around me if they're not winning big. And in the beginning, when I was younger, it's like, oh yeah, I won. But as I've gotten older, I want everybody winning. I want you all winning. And you can do this very, 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 very quickly. So we're going to ignore the mind's gatekeepers. So here's how conditioned I was. And it was lovingly conditioned. It was just how it was in my household growing up. But I grew up in Philly, and my mom was the gatekeeper of the house, right? Dad was out working, and mom was a stay-at-home mom when we were younger. And she had a way of doing things. So when she would go into the kitchen to cook dinner, you knew she would say, I'm going to start cooking dinner. So if there was anything else you needed prior, if you needed a drink, if you needed a snack or whatever, go get it now, because once she started cooking, you did not go into the kitchen. The next time you were allowed in the kitchen is when she called you for dinner. So then after we have dinner, then it was her cleanup time, and there was no dish. She was the dishwasher. She would clean up the kitchen. She would wash the dishes. She'd put everything away. And after she was done, she announced the kitchen is closed, right? And during that cleanup time, we were allowed to come in and have our dessert. We would go have our dessert. But once the kitchen was cleaned, once the cups and the plates and everything was washed, the kitchen was closed. And you know that meant that you did not go back in that kitchen. Now, on top of that, we had a bedtime each night, and there was a routine. So we were usually probably about a half hour before bedtime, we were told to go get our PJs on and brush our teeth, and we were allowed to come back down. But now, once you brushed your teeth and the kitchen was closed, you didn't dare ask for anything to eat or drink. And if you wanted something to drink, there were bathroom cups up in the bathroom. You could go get a cup of water. That was the household. She was the gatekeeper. That's how she ran things. Totally, as a mom today, totally understand why she did it the way she did it. And it worked for her and it worked for us. But here's the funny part. So fast forward, I'm now an adult. I'm married. I have my own house. And I'm in bed. It's probably about 1:30 in the morning or so. And I'm tossing and turning because I'm starving. For some reason, even though I ate dinner, had dessert that night, I was so hungry. And so now a half hour passes by. I'm drinking water. And I'm tossing back and forth. And my husband at the time says to me, "What is going on?" Because obviously I woke him up. And I said, "I'm starving. I'm hungry." And he said to me, he looked at me like I had two heads. And it was pretty obvious to him what to do. He said, "Well, go downstairs and get a snack and then come back to bed." And he kind of said it like a little like annoyed, but teasing, like, duh. And I looked at him, 23 years old, married woman, said to him, "Yeah, but I brushed my teeth and the kitchen's closed. My mom didn't live in my house." Like that, my friends, is gatekeepers. That, my friends, is conditioning. I know it's hysterical, right? And he's like, "What?" And it was like, and the weird here's what I know a bungee jump feels really weird. And when you go to bungee jump, it should feel like you are breaking a law or you're breaking all the rules. And it feels like your heart's racing. And I got out of bed and I started to, go walk to the steps to go downstairs. And I was like walking really, not like running or even normal walking down the steps. It was like, I can't believe I couldn't believe I'm doing this. And it still didn't hit me. Like you're an adult, you own a house, you have an amazing job, you own cars, you have pets, but yet I'm still that 8-year-old girl that brushed her teeth and the kitchen was closed. And my mom didn't live with us, as I said. So I still remember, it felt like my heart was going to jump out of my chest. And it probably didn't register right away that night. It felt like I was disappointing someone. I felt like I was breaking the rules. It felt like someone was going to break down the door and lock me up because the kitchen's closed and I brushed my teeth. But that's our conditioning. And I have no problem putting myself out there, because once I started to realize, how did I get there? But yet I'm the risk taker. I'm the friend that's going to go on the crazy rides. I'm the friend that's going to challenge you to step out of your own gatekeeping in your own mind. So today, when I had the impulse to do this video, right? Because I don't know why it popped in my head, but it did. Well, I actually do know, because I'm starting to get questions. Every Wednesday we go live here on the Invincible CEO. And I always ask in my community tab, what questions would you like me to address on the live? You can come to the live and bring your questions while we're live, but you could also send them to me ahead of time. And I felt like this was part of that answer, that you have to listen. You're the observing operant power. And as the operant power only observes. It only observes what's going on. It can't think, right? Because that's what the subconscious mind is. It's in charge of your habits. And you're programmed, if you didn't realize if you started paying attention to how you get out of bed in the morning, if you pay attention, you get out of the bed the same way. The same foot hits most likely very close to the same spot. And if you get up out of bed and you walk over to the window, that's what you'll do. But you'll have to make a conscious choice not to walk over to the window, maybe to go straight into the bathroom. And usually our habitual routines, there may be, you have 3 different ones. So there could be one where you do go over to the window. There might be another one where you go to the bureau. And then there's another one when you go straight into the bathroom. But let's say you overslept, and now it's like, you pop up and you got to throw your clothes on and you got to get out the door. And it feels like, if you've ever had that happen where you overslept and now everything's like your mind is frantic because it's like danger, danger, danger. That's not the routine. And once you start to realize that, and that's why it takes a little bit when those things happen to acclimate back in. And that's what we seek energetically, is to get back into the normal. So what the normal is, once you start to identify what your normal is, then you can figure out how to bungee jump, because until you start paying attention to the echoes, remember the mind is the echo chamber and all thoughts are echoes. And when this is happening, right, when you start to realize I'm being driven by these automatic responses and I'm being driven by these automatic movements, when you become the operant power, what you decide is what you decide. So once you start to realize what your normal is, and you realize how much you are pulled into your normal, that when you either are pulled out of your normal routine because something else happens, because it's your mind trying to get your attention elsewhere, compulse to do something, or as the operant power, you can decide right now it's time to bungee jump. And so let me give you the idea of what the bungee jump should be. It should be something that goes against the programming that you already have, the logic you already have. So let's say you want to go purchase something, and right now, either you have the amount in your checking or savings, or you have it on your credit card. And you want to go do this knowing, here's the thing. It's one thing to just do it. But when you're the operant power and you zero yourself out first, right? We talk about going to 0 point ground zero. We're going to do that in the one-day event. You knew I was going to mention the one-day event because it's going to be powerful. So now you go and you're going to make this purchase, but you're going to do it differently. You're not doing it hoping, wishing, and wanting that the money will show back up. You're doing it because you're the operant power. You have the ability to do it right now because you could do it in your imagination over and over again. And that's the thing I would suggest that you do first. Before you bungee jump, do it as an imaginal act first, and then follow through with the active act. So do it passively. So you see yourself, let's say you want to register for the one-day event, $220. And everything in your mind is saying to you, you got bills to pay, or that's money for a rainy day. What if something happens? Or do you really want to put more money on your credit card? And they're very logical gatekeepers. But what if signing up for that event is the thing that breaks everything open, and from that event you do something and you make $10,000? See, the mind, the gatekeeper that's giving you those reasons why not to do it, doesn't know what could come from it. So this is what I would do if I was in your shoes, and I do this all the time, because there's always going to be logical reasons, and they are very, very valid, not to do something that's a bungee jump, right? Think about if you actually went to bungee jump and you got the harness on and you're on the bridge and all they're doing is waiting for you to jump. That's the only thing, is the choice to actually push off and leave the platform. And at that moment, your mind's going, oh crap, we're going to die. The bungee's going to break. This is going to happen, right? But the part of you that jumps isn't the logical part that's giving the narration. It's just giving you ideas of different realities that will keep your feet planted on the platform. But a bungee jump is meant to be a bungee jump. It's meant to feel like you're going to burst out of your skin. It's meant to feel like your ears are going to pop off your head. It may feel like you're getting so hot and flush. It may feel like your heart is racing, that it's going to explode. Like, that's what bungee jumps are meant, because you want to know when you're really going into a new reality and discovering something. That's what it feels like, friends. Every time that you are going and shifting and deliberately inducing a shift, it's going to feel like you're about to die, because you're literally feeling the old character that doesn't do it die off. It's not you, the physical you. It's all those realities of the version of you that hasn't done the thing. That's why bungee jumps are so powerful. So what I would do, here's my steps. 1, I'm safe in my own imagination. Am I the operant power? Yes. Am I safe in my own imagination? Yes. Is everything imagined, whether I do it actively or passively? Because we don't do the real and imagined thing anymore. It's either active or passive. Can I do this passively? Absolutely. Can I do this actively? Absolutely. I'm going to first do it in my own mind. I'm going to zero myself out. If you don't know how to do that, you definitely want to be in our one-day event. The link's in the comment below. So powerful that I zero myself out and I stay there until I am the observer, that I'm existing without thought. That's all ground zero, 0 point is is that you're looking through the eyes and you're hearing through the ears and you're feeling through the body, right? I can feel my butt touching the chair, and I'm smelling through the nose, but I don't need thought to exist because everything just is. That's what 0 point is. It's the isness of things. There is no story. It's the beginning of creation. The Big Bang will be what I decide to do after I zero myself out. So once I zero myself out, I take myself into that passive imaginal act. Whatever it is that I want to actually experience actively, I first close my eyes, and 20 to 30 second scene, I do it in my imagination, right? I do it within myself. And what that does, it gets the inner me activated. It gets the inner me saying, here's the order, I'm placing the order. And then after I do it within me, there's times where I can get up and go do it. And there's other times where I have to wait to be pulled to do it. And you'll know the difference. You will know the difference because it's already been happening in your life. You just didn't realize that what was going on. So if that means I have to take out my credit card and make the purchase, when I go to do both acts, whether it's passive within me or active out here, I don't do it as the old version of me anymore. If the old version of me had $500 in my bank account, I'm now making the purchase as the me that has $10,000 in her bank account, and I wouldn't think twice about this purchase. Because if I'm still thinking the old way, I haven't zeroed myself out. So when I come to do this, when I go to do the active imaginal act, and when I'm doing the passively, I'm doing it as the version of me, whatever amount you would need within you to spend that and not think twice about it. Because now, once I've done the active imaginal act, it's done. It was done in the passive, but there's something about the conscious mind being on board with the active imaginal act. And if you really want to learn more about this, this is what our one-day event is. I'm going to take you from the very beginning of 0 point, and I'm going to walk you through imagination. I'm going to walk you through passive imaginal acts. I'm going to walk you through the active imaginal act, and we're going to destroy the old reality. So after that one-day event, you can never go back there again. Not in thought, not in action, not in echoes. It's done. You want to really know how to be in the new reality? That one-day event is exactly where you need to be. So whether you bungee jump today and you sign up for the event, or you bungee jump today and you eat after you brush your teeth and the kitchen's closed, it's up to you. But the thing is, it's time to bungee jump every day. You should be doing at least one thing every day that is defiant to the old you, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But you've never done the same thing twice. You've never brushed your teeth the same way twice. She warned you about me. Your mom, she warned you about your bridge jumping friends. And here we are, and it's time to jump. And here's the best thing. All of this is imagined. So why would you do a bungee jump and then expect the worst? Why would you do a bungee jump and expect the old reality to play out? That makes no sense whatsoever. Then either you're the operant power or you're not, and you are. And the only way that you can prove that to yourself, if there we can call it proof, is to put yourself into the experience of it. And in the beginning, there might be a couple times where you feel like you bungee jump, but you get the opposite. That's okay. You're learning something new. You got to give your 3 months to activate in the first month, to align and to anchor. And when you join up with other people who are where you want to be and are doing what it is that you want to do, we're not going to lead you the wrong way, because I'm not doing this because I want to see you fail. That's not how I grow my business. I want to see you, as you know, I want to see you win. I want to see you win big, and I want to see you win all the time. So if you are ready to win big, here's what you can do. 1, sign up for my free course, right? There's a bungee jump. Maybe you've never signed up for a course before. It's all there, and it's freaking amazing. And I'm not just saying it because I created it. I'm giving you the feedback of the people who are in it. 2, thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. I deeply appreciate that. And for sharing. There's lots of sharing of this channel going on. So for all of you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. 3, there's a one-day event online, and I'm nurturing you right from the get-go. So as soon as you sign up for that one-day event, even though the one-day event is not until March 16th, there is a group dedicated. There's information to prep you, to pregame you already. And starting on March 3rd, I'm going to be going live in that group every other day, getting you ready so that when we go in on March 16th, you're going to be ready. When you walk away from that one-day event, you will not be the same person. You will not see life the same way. And you will start to see your manifestations happen quicker and bigger, because I know the kind of mind that stops it from happening, and we're not going to let that happen anymore. I love the gatekeepers, but they keep you trapped into the reality that they represent. And they're wonderful for their reality, but you're the operant power. You sit on top of all of the realities, and you choose by your choice, by your thoughts. But if you're not actively choosing, then you're going into old programming that's already chosen for you. And that's why you get frustrated that it seems like nothing has changed, because you may have made the choice, but yet not quite yet is that choice strong enough to go against the old programming. So you have to consciously be aware in the now moment, not that you're in the old programming, but you've made this choice. And that's what I'm going to teach you. And that's what I'm going to share with you. And that's what I do here in every single video. So thank you guys so much for being here. I try to keep these videos short, but I'm passionate. They're powerful. And if this is all you ever do is watch this video should be enough for you. But there's always a whole lot more, because there's another bridge to jump off of, and I'm your bridge jumping friend. Come jump with me. Life is so much more fun. Life is so much more fun when you're jumping, and you're jumping with a friend. Enjoy.